Red Notice is the latest and apparently the biggest ever budgeted movie for Netflix, and it stars Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, Gal Gadot. It has a huge, big, blockbuster A-list cast, and it's one of those movies that I was kind of curious about. I do generally kind of like Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, although they seemingly always want to play themselves or that persona that they have, and nothing's changed in this movie. Ryan Reynolds is very Ryan Reynolds, as The Rock is very The Rock, and it's thrown into this kind of heist movie that's all kind of just fun and chases and jet setting around the world, and it's very typical of what you would assume for a blockbuster. If you had all the elements that would make up a kind of blockbuster and put them into an artificial intelligence computer or program, it would spit out this kind of movie.
That was a fun foot chase though, right? Lots of twists and turns, hijinks. Who knew it'd end up like this?
I did.
It is very formulaic. It is, like I said, very typical of these guys' kind of movies, of the tropes of this genre. But it still has that kind of fun level about it. It's not something you're going to rave about after watching it, but while watching it, you may garner some enjoyment if you enjoy the leads.
Can you fly a helicopter?
Does the back of your head look like a huge penis? The answer is yes!
The basic story here is we have renowned art thief Ryan Reynolds. I'm sure he had a character name, but in this movie he's Ryan Reynolds. And he's been hunted down by Interpol agent The Rock. I'm sure he has a character name as well, but for this movie he's pretty much just The Rock. And they're getting thrown together. They end up in a prison together, and turns out that the world's greatest art thief, Wonder Woman, I'm sure she had a character, but pretty much she's kind of playing Wonder Woman. She's kind of put these two guys against each other, locked them in prison so she can go on the quest for the MacGuffin, which is 3 golden eggs that were once given to Cleopatra that some guy is going to pay 300 million for, blah blah blah. Basically, the MacGuffin, the crux to the story. Everybody, these 3 people, are going to battle against each other, maybe form some unruly alliances.
Say what you will about Russian prisons, but the soap was incredible.
We doing this together or not?
To try and get to the end, to try and stop each other or steal the eggs first. It's kind of fun. I mean, it does have exciting car chases. It does have moments that are pretty funny. It does have some really nicely shot sequences and action set pieces. And similarly, it has some awful shot action set pieces where the green screens are apparent, where the jokes fall flat, where the action just isn't as much fun as it could be. This is a movie that has average written all over it, with the exception of the budget. It feels very much within the wheelhouse of all the actors that are on show here. But because it's in the wheelhouse, there's a certain comfortability to it. Comfortability for the actors, for the story, and for the people watching it. This is not a challenging movie in any way, shape or form. It is kind of fun. I wanted to almost dislike it because it's so familiar, because it's balancing that tightrope of stuff that we've seen plenty of times before without offering anything really new. But it does what it does pretty well. Not enough for it to really stick in the memory banks, but enough for me to go, I liked Red Notice. It was fun. It has these good action set pieces. It has that kind of, and it's nowhere near as good as Indiana Jones, but it has that kind of feeling that it's trying to get to. Solve mysteries, travel the globe, try and get through some traps to get to the next golden egg. And it's a lot of things just happen for the sake of things happening. You know, they find this secret, hidden Nazi base near the end that nobody's ever discovered. They've had to track down all these various elements to give them the clues how to get there. 2 minutes after being inside it, an army rushes in. It's just one of those kind of movies. It's how can it get from one sequence to the next sequence and ensue a chase. We get lots of Ryan Reynolds deadpanning things while having a straight face. He does it again and again and again. And then you have The Rock, who looks big, harsh and angry lots of times, and he does that again and again and again. Red Notice is fun, throwaway, the kind of movie that's perfect for December. If you're stressed, you've got other things on, and you just want to sit down, tune out, not have to pay attention to anything, and just hopefully enjoy a movie that moves pretty quickly, has some funny lines and some good action. Red Notice is the movie that could just tick those boxes for you, as long as you like the lead actors. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. And of course, there is always extra content up here of mine that you can check out. If you feel I deserve it, hit this video with a like, maybe even comment. We'll have a little conversation about it, or share this video. And if you want to be extra supportive, it's Christmas time, hit the Patreon button or join the membership program, which would be amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.